we're here on Insights today, on location here at Cody's in Tallahassee, Florida. This week's show is entitled The Game Within the Game. We're going to have as our special guest, John Grant, the CEO of the Atlanta Black. You need to do it.
Yeah, just take it from top. Yep, stand by. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, and welcome to Insights. I'm your host, Mickey Clayton.
I'm sorry.
You hit the doggone camera.
Okay.
So that's all right.
All right, here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3.
Hello, I'm Mickey Clayton, the coach, and I'm your host here on Insights. We're broadcasting on location at Cody's in Tallahassee, and we're here today with this week's show entitled The Game Within the Game. With us, we will have John Grant, CEO of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta, and we'll talk about the Atlanta Classic and how it sponsors all of its programs, Project Success, and even more. And he's going to tell you about that. But first, we're going to go back and we're going to talk about a couple of our shows that we had. We had one about Tallahassee Lincoln High School's football team, the Nike Elite program that they have. And on there, we had a real good response. More of the Lincoln High School people retweeted, tweeted it everywhere last week. It was one of the top trending topics here in Tallahassee. It did very well for us. The week before, we talked about kicking around the football, and in a story that kept blowing up about Ray Rice, his abuse with his wife, domestic violence. And we had one of our listeners gave us some insight and gave us their opinion. We're going to let you hear that because what happened was she's a young lady about the same age as Janae Rice, who was Ray Rice's wife, fiance at the time of the abuse. And we thought you might want to hear her opinion in terms of what happened.
My name is Tiffany Stallworth, and I just feel that although the events that occurred on the elevator were very, very horrible, that maybe the team, the Ravens, should not have just released him. Maybe he should have been given the penalty of not being able to play for maybe a year or so. I know that Ray Rice has never been in trouble. He's been a model teammate. I think he's even been a captain of the team from time to time. So as far as I know, this is his first time being in trouble. And while it is horrible, I just don't think that he should not be without a job at this point. I know that the tape just came out recently, so maybe they should have given it some more thought before they just made a ruling based on just the viewing of the tape and the horrible events that occurred.
Giving us that insight, we thought it was a little bit different because what we would have really expected was that she would have felt that the NFL and Baltimore should have come down harder on him than they did. Contrary to that thought, she was a little more sympathetic in thinking that they should have taken a more lenient and more patient role than what they did. So we wanted to share that. One of the things that we really are interested in is hearing what you, the listeners, have to say. Give us your insight, give us your comments. We'd love to hear it. Now, we're getting ready to go to our next feature that we do in our opening segment. We have Peep on the Pros from the legendary writer from the Lakeland legend, Rick Brown.
Hey, thanks, Coach. Hey, what's up, fam? Hey, did anyone happen to catch that NFL game on Thursday night? Anyone? Anyone? Well, for those who said yes, I'm sorry. But for those who said no, good for you. I mean, what in the world was that, Tampa Bay? I mean, in case you missed it, the Bucs got thrashed 56-14 by the Atlanta Falcons. Let me repeat that. 56-14. I mean, it was 56-0 at one point of that football game. I mean, it was so bad, Coach. I'm telling you, when I woke up Sunday morning, man, I thought I heard an announcer say Atlanta had scored another touchdown. It was that bad. I mean, the Bucs are 0-3 on the season now, and the natives are getting restless. Needless to say, the honeymoon is over for Lovie Smith. But hey, in Jacksonville, fans had something to cheer about other than the DJ and the pool that's in the stadium. Rookie Blake Bortles got his first action in the NFL against the Colts. And even though they got blown out, he threw a couple of touchdown passes. He also threw a pick. But hey, Coach Gus Bradley said that Bortles will start the next week. So fans of Jacksonville, the Blake Bortles era has started. You know, It's not good to be a fan of the Bucks and Jags this year, but hey, at least there's the Dolphins. Never mind. Hey, that's it for me. Follow me on Twitter at RickBrown91 for insights. I'm Rick Brown. Back to you, Coach.
Rick, you always picking up the team.
Hey there, Coach Clayton and the rest of the crew. This your man, Billy Boy. You know, I got a pet peeves today, and, you know, I grew up reading. I know y'all find that hard to believe, but I grew up reading and following sports in the paper and other things. And sports was the thing that really kept my mind off of all the troubles that was going on. You know, I really ain't like to read about crime and all that other kind of negative stuff. So I just concentrated on two things in the paper. That was sports and the comics. Comics and the sports. That's all I read. I could tell you some real good stuff I grew up reading about BC and some other stuff, but that's what I read, the funny papers and the sports. Because I didn't want to hear all that stuff that be going on all the time everywhere else. Now, everywhere, in the college, in the pros, it's just crime, people not doing stuff they supposed to be doing, don't listen to the coach, and been going on a long time, just disrespecting women's. Sports got to really get that thing together, because I'm just tired of reading that stuff now in the paper and hearing about it, about our college athletes, our pro athletes, our high school athletes. They need to get their stuff together, because y'all be trying to get them kids from playing them video games and all that crime and killing and blood and stuff. Sports got to clean up their act. They just really do. And I just got a pet peeves about it. I just do. And that's my locker room rant, because that thing just bothered me. This Billy Boy. I'm going to find me something in the funny papers.
Thank you, Billy Boy, with his pet peeves, I guess. But we're getting ready to come back, and we're going to come to you, and we're going to continue our interview.
Casinos by Events. It's a place for all your formal wear and for your nice suits. They fit everyone, and especially the big and the tall. Casinos by Events. They fit one and all. Tell them Coach sent you. Go by Casinos by Events. Tallahassee Mall.
Your prerogative. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
And this is Insights with Mickey Clayton. I'm back with the legendary, irrepressible, personable, energetic, visionary John Grant, CEO of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. I referred to him as Dr. John Grant. Perhaps I was a little more psychic, but he told me it was just Mr. John Grant. And I'm just glad to have him with us today. John, how are you? And welcome to Insights today.
I am fantastic, Mickey. How are you?
If I was doing any better, my name would be John Grant.
That is true.
See? And John, I appreciate right off the bat, let me say thank you. You know, we were able to have you and Atlanta Classic on with us last year and able to come down and get some really, really good footage of the event, some of the things that were going on. And it was, I think, some of the things that you have stored for this year's Atlanta Classic, I'd like for you to be able to share some of those with our listening audience.
Well, we have a full weekend, Mickey, starting on Thursday. We will have a male youth symposium, about 600 young men, high schoolers, from across the Atlanta public school system. And we have a symposium featuring Ambassador Andrew Young, our district attorney, Paul Howard, and Ludacris will be addressing these young men about issues around manhood, decision-making, but also a review of the issues that happened in Ferguson, Missouri, and how to manage your encounters with law enforcement. On Friday, we have a robotic showcase and invitational. We'll have almost 3,000 young people at the Georgia World Congress Center, where we're introducing them to STEM activities through robotics. Friday night, we have a reception honoring Hank Aaron. This year represents the 40th anniversary of his actually setting the home run record and breaking the record held previously by Babe Ruth. So the city of Atlanta is coming together to recognize or honor Mr. Aaron and acknowledge his accomplishment, but also he's a great humanitarian and philanthropist, and continues to do that even into his 80th birthday this year. We will have on Saturday our Parade of Excellence. Again, Mr. Aaron and his lovely wife Billy will serve as grand marshals of that parade. We have some 14 marching bands, elements, balloons. The two marching bands from both South Carolina State, the Marching 101, the Marching Blue and Gold from North Carolina A&T State University. And then, of course, we have Talladega, a new band that was founded at that university, and they'll be participating with us as well. We have, starting at 10 a.m., a college fair. Already we have over 70 colleges and universities registered for that, and we'll have some 5,000 plus young people who will attend that college fair historically. But we've got some new things this year as well, Mickey. Now, just to those things that we're doing that are part of our community effort. For this year, we're gonna really kick off the Ultimate Sports and Entertainment Weekend with a Elite Eight high school, Battle of the Band in the Georgia Dome. These 8 bands will represent the best of the best in Metro Atlanta. Out of the 90 high schools in the area, we're going to use a sort of NCAA bracketing system where right now, if you go to our website, AtlantaFootballClassic.com, people are voting to get their band into this Elite 8. So we'll narrow it to Sweet 16, and we'll take the top 8 from there, and the other 8 will actually perform in our Parade of Excellence, which will be televised live on WSB-TV. So at that point, the Georgia Dome doors were open at 10:30 a.m. This Battle of the Bands will take place, and shortly after that, we'll have a pregame concert by 2 Chainz in the Georgia Dome. And all of this is occurring before kickoff, along with our fan experience, which we have historically had outside in the orange lot of the Georgia Dome. We have moved all of that inside. So at 3:30, the game will kick off with the Bulldogs of South Carolina State against the Aggies of North Carolina A&T. And then, of course, we have our halftime show that's sponsored by McDonald's that'll pit those 2 wonderful college bands together during our halftime performance. And we're not quite there yet, Nikki, because when the doors open at 2 o'clock, at 2:30, we're going to kick off an indoor day party inside the Georgia Dome on the club level. We'll have an old school party on one side of the building and a new school on the other. We have a list of celebrities who will be in attendance, and it's going to be the largest gay party in the Southeast in the Georgia Dome during the 26th annual Atlanta Football Classic weekend. So for your game ticket price, you will get a fan experience, a high school battle of the band, a mini concert with 2 Chainz, a football game, a halftime show, and a day party if you're on the club level.
Well, John, I thought for a minute you were going to forget about the game because you had so many other things going on.
Well, let's see. We did say it's the ultimate sports and entertainment weekend.
Wow, John, yeah, I would agree. And it's a lot going on there, and we're not through. We're going to dissect it some more, but we're going to take a break and come back with the irrepressible John Grant. After Inside, take a break. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Insights will be right back.
This is 3:30.
Okay.
Ready? In 3, 2.
This is Mickey Clayton, and we're back, and we have John Grant here. And there's so many things about the Atlanta Classic, the Project Success, funding all the academic programs that it has, the ability for them to be able to offer opportunities for HBCUs to play and not necessarily play in the guarantee game. John, take the pick of the poison you like and roll with it.
Well, this is, you have to make a difference in creating opportunities for people to engage around sporting events this year. And so that's what we are doing with the Atlanta Football Classic. We're creating, again, an experience that with your game ticket, there are a range of things that you can expect to enjoy. And our intent is to revolutionize what HBCU games are going to be starting this year going forward.
Okay. Well, John, tell us a little bit about some of the scholarship opportunities that come that you fund from the Atlanta Classic.
Well, Project Success is our flagship program. It's a post-secondary preparation tuition assistance program where we identify young people from challenged communities, household incomes of under $35,000. No one in your household has been beyond high school. We help them graduate high school, and then we pay for their post-secondary education experiences. That's what the Atlanta Football Classic is all about, is raising money for charity to change the lives of young people who are more than deserving and are willing to put in the effort to make their dreams come true.
And that's a commendable objective for the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. And we're going to take a break and come back with our closing from legendary John Grant. Inside's taking a break.
Inside Sports Talk.
1, 2, talk, get talk.
Inside Sports Talk. Traveling the country for the biggest stories in collegiate sports. Bringing you the news that will impact every college athlete in America. From the Ivy League to the SWAC, Big Sky to the Big Ten, Notre Dame, FAMU, Miami or Maine. No university is too big, no college too small. We tell it all. Inside Sports Talk with your hosts, the coach, Mickey Clayton.
1, 2, talk, get talk.
They're bringing you.
All right. 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to have 2:40. All right. Actually, just do 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay, we're going to do 3 minutes, John.
Okay?
All right. In 4, 3, 2.
And this is Mickey Clayton. I'm back with John Grant. And John, in closing, I'd like for you to take a minute and tell people why they should come to the Atlanta Classic.
Well, because if you're not in Atlanta on October 4th, you're actually in the wrong place in America.
I like that.
We just believe that, Atlanta first is a great city. It's a great place to come. It's the #1 destination for African Americans. And this event will be like no other when you think of it, when you think about an HBCU football experience. We have put so much together, all to make a difference in the community across all those platforms. And then the fact that your ticket contribution makes a difference in somebody's life. So where else can you go and enjoy a sporting event and know that you're helping charity at the same time?
That's a good point, John. That's a good point. And usually we have a conversation with myself segment, but John Grant has already done that. He's a regular on the show, and we love to have him. John, we appreciate you taking the time to do this interview. We wish the Atlanta Classic continued success, and the things that you do to stay on the cutting edge with your social media, and the things that you do to stay relevant, are exemplary for all other classic events.
Thank you, Mickey. We always enjoy being here on here with you.
And this is Mickey Clayton, your host. And we're going to sign off, but stay tuned. Follow us on our website and get tuned. And stay tuned for our next guest, which will be Eric Pettis. He's an NFL agent, NBA agent. We'd like to hear some of the stories that he has to tell about what happens to some of our athletes and their money and how soon it leaves their pockets. This is Mickey Clayton.
Your attention, please. Stay up to date with the latest from Insights. Visit our website at insights.com. 2 I's in the middle, INSIIGHTS.com.
Insights is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. The comments of the host and other individual speakers on Insights represent their independent thoughts and representation.